What is going on? This is Juice from D and Simon Juice YouTube channel. So my wife pretty much abandoned this channel. She doesn't post here at all. So it's basically my channel, but she does come here every now and then, but she's not really here anymore like she used to be. But anyway, I'm still running this channel because I do think it does bring value to a lot of people. There's thousands of you that watches these videos, which is awesome. So I'm here for you. I'm not leaving, and I just hope we can continue to just keep putting out content to better your life, and that's about it. So let's talk. I want to talk about something real quick. This is basically going to be about let's just talk. You read the title. You know what I want to talk about. The reason why one of the reasons why a lot of people are single and they cannot find love. One of the top reasons is people are very focused on skin color and nationalities and ethnicities, culture, tradition. Like, people are very focused on those things first before the person's character. I hope I just made sense to you. I'll say it again. People are so focused on skin color than the actual person they may encounter. Okay? For example, because you may be a so-called black person and you see a so-called white person, and you may not want to give that person a chance, whether you want to approach that person that you find interested. Let's say you're a black woman and you see a white guy that you want to, or the white guy wants to talk to the black woman, whatever. Each party may not want to even make that move because they are so focused on the skin color of that person, right? They're going to judge, stereotype like there's no tomorrow. And let's be honest, I stereotype, I judge too. I'm no different. But the thing is, I think you should learn to manage it, I guess, so it doesn't affect your everyday life for the worse. Let me give some more examples. Like, again, I stereotype, I judge people myself. I'm not special. I'm not some perfect person. I do the same thing you do. You watching this, you stereotype and judge just like everybody else. So we're all guilty. The only difference is I'm not going to not talk to somebody because of their skin color, right? I don't care about that. Obviously, I'm not colorblind. I see what you look like, but I'm not going to straight judge you to the point where I'm not going to even converse with you because of your appearance, right? And that's what a lot of people do. They're quick to just say, no, I don't want to talk to that person. I don't want to hang out with them because of you judging them. You stereotype them. You know what I mean? So that may affect your life for the worse, because let's say that person may be your future husband or wife. You didn't give them a chance. You didn't let them talk to you, or, you talk to them. They share their stories about their life or their experience. You both may end up being a great couple because you just took the leap of faith and say, you know what, F this, I'm going to go talk to this person and just learn about them, because, it's something you should do. Give people a chance sometimes. Give them a chance, even though you guys may not look alike. Not look alike, but you're just the complete opposite of people. Tradition, culture, all that. Like, give them a chance at least, and then kind of judge them off that before their skin color, their appearance, and all that stuff. Again, we all do it, but maybe it's time to learn how to manage it so it doesn't affect you for the worse. Because, again, a lot of you are single and, lonely and, are just crying for a companion. And maybe you missed out on meeting your future partner or whatever because of you judging them, of you not giving them a chance to just really show who they are as a person before their culture or tradition or their ethnicity. All that is blocking you of just meeting people. It doesn't even have to be about love and relationships. It's just everyday, it's just meeting people in general. Meeting, someone because you want to, I don't know, I'm trying to make sense over here. It's beyond just love and relationships. It's just you meeting people in general. Like, you may meet some really amazing people if you give them a chance to talk to them. Just give them a shot and just see what takes place. You might end up being great friends, colleagues, co-workers, not co-workers, excuse me. Just someone that's in your network, basically, because you gave them a chance. So a lot of people do this. So a lot of people who are so-called black and white, they only want to stick with their group. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? I'm not against that. I don't care what you do. You're an adult. I could care less what you do with your life. I'm not your parents. It's like you mean nothing to me, basically. It sounds harsh, but it's just the truth. I don't know you. You don't know me. But I do love sharing information that could benefit the everyday person's life for the better. I enjoy doing it. I very much enjoy putting out valuable information that can, you can benefit from. And I think we all should be doing it, right? We all should just help each other out. Even though we don't know each other personally, why not just help one another out and just kind of just keep that going on, I mean, there's information that you may have that may benefit me and vice versa. What is wrong with sharing information, sharing great stories? But that's if you give me a shot to even talk to you or for you to even listen to me. Like, give me a chance, or let me give you a chance first, right? And again, this is one of the top reasons why a lot of so-called black people, so-called white people, Hispanics, whatever, a lot of you are so freaking lonely because you do not want to give people a chance to get to know them. Maybe you're scared. Maybe it's a big culture, not a culture shock, but you're just too different. That might be the greatest reason why y'all come together, because you're so different. Come from different households. Everything is just completely the opposite. Like my wife, she's Caucasian, right? And we met online. If I was the type of person to not give her a chance because of what she looks like, right? Me judging her, oh, she might be like this, she may be this person, maybe she comes from a terrible family who doesn't like to be around people who look like me, blah, 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 blah. Lion scares making a lot of noise out there. They're working, but I'm doing the video real quick. I didn't just shut her down because of how she looks. She didn't shut me down as well because of how I look. We gave each other a chance to hear each other out, and now we're married. You know what I mean? And now we're a married couple. And my thing is, give people a chance, because I'm telling you, a lot of these leaders, and this is what the topic gets a little different. A lot of these so-called pro-black people, right? People like Umar Johnson and Black Lives Matter, they do a great job keeping a lot of so-called dark-skinned people in a very low state. If you don't know what I'm talking about, let me give you some more detail. Because Umar is so pro-black. He's so for the pro-black family, and there's nothing wrong with that, right? I think that's beautiful. That's gorgeous. Black families, white families, it's beautiful. I support that. The problem is with Umar is he's making a lot of his so-called followers have this idea that they only need to stick with dark-skinned people only. And that goes beyond relationships, finance, business, everything, right? Only stick with your kind. And this is what keeps a lot of you lonely and, believe it or not, poor. Because let's be real, you might meet someone who looks the complete opposite of you, and they may give you the best information that's going to help you earn more money, live a better life, healthier, you could travel more, you have more time in your hands. By just giving that person a chance to just talk to you and give you information that was never given to you by people who may look like you, it may be the best decision on earth. You know what I mean? Because you just gave people a chance to just talk to you, or you could talk to them. But again, because people like your Umar Johnsons, people like this are keeping a lot of so-called dark-skinned people very poor and lonely. Because let's be real, just because someone may look like you, the same skin color, doesn't mean they have your best interest. I know you want to believe every single so-called black person are good people. You guys share the same struggle. You share the same stories. You know what it feels like to be so-called black in America. The truth and the reality is this: we're not the same. We are not the same. Me, I do not compare myself to the next so-called black person. We're not the same. We don't come from the same struggle. We don't come from the same household. We don't come from the same culture or tradition. We don't have the same story, not the same experiences. You see what I mean? We just have the same skin color. That's it. That's not enough to, make me, believe you and helping me become a better person or just evolve. You just look like me in terms of the skin color. That's not enough for me to trust you, basically. And this is what a lot of people do. I mean, everything goes out the window because of their appearance. Because you may look like them, the same skin complexion, they automatically think you're a good person. And that's crazy. That is irresponsible way of thinking. There's a camera. I keep looking this way. It's irresponsible because the truth is, a lot of so-called black people they're not good people. You have a lot of trash, so-called dark-skinned people. Just like you have a lot of trash Caucasian, trash Hispanic and Asian people. There's trash in every culture. And then there's the opposite. There's amazing, positive, trustworthy people who may look like you or who looks the opposite of you. That's just the truth. That's me bringing you back to reality. Just because Umar looks like you, Umar Johnson, just because Black Lives Matter, they look like you, same skin complexion. Just because you got your so-called black does not mean these people have your best interest. Because Black Lives Matter stole your money. You gave them donation money to do the right thing with that money, whatever it was they were trying to do with it. And they turn around and spent that money to fund their lifestyle. Going on lavish trips, buying mansions in Caucasian neighborhoods. They don't even live in your neighborhood, a so-called black neighborhood. They live in Caucasian neighborhoods. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not against that, but because they're supposed to be pro-black people, yet they live in a Caucasian neighborhood. That money circulate back into a Caucasian environment. You got finessed, you got played, you got scammed, again, by your own kind. You see what I mean? You put all your trust into these people because of their skin complexion. Or they may just preach so well and they sound like they care about you. They romance you with their words of unite black people. We must come together. We're always oppressed and we need reparations. Nobody likes us. That's what they preach to you. That's stuff that you want to hear. And they're just romancing you enough to get you to give them money. And you do it. And you get tricked and scammed again. If anything, I say they should throw them all in jail. That should be illegal. What they did with the donation money should be illegal and they should be thrown in jail for years. Because those are crooks. Those are thieves and liars. They should be dealt with accordingly. They should all be thrown in jail, each one, for what they've done. How much money they spent and stole from people by taking advantage of you and your kindness. It's crazy. But again, like I said before, in reality, just because someone looks like you doesn't mean they have your best interest. The same thing applies for Caucasians. Just because he looks or she looks like you doesn't mean they're good people. It's all about the character. It's all about the character. Either they're pleasant or the opposite. Either they're good people or bad people. That's all you should be focused on when it comes to people in general. Are you good or are you not? If you're not, regardless of how you look, I'm gonna stay the hell away from you because you are poison. You just so happens to be a dark-skinned person or a light-skinned person or Hispanic, whatever. But really, you're just a terrible person, regardless of what you look like, regardless of where you come from, your tradition. I don't care. You just suck as a person. And that's all you should be focused on. So I hope I'm making sense. Like I said before, man, just because they look like it does not mean they have your best interest. You cannot trust every single so-called black person. You can't trust every single so-called white person, Caucasian, whatever, Hispanic, whatever. You just can't do that. I mean, you can do whatever you want. Obviously, I don't care. But it's just irresponsible. It's almost delusional. It's really, really irresponsible. Focus on the person's character. Either they're good people or bad people. And go from there. That's it. That's it. That's it. So in 2023, I think, if you're watching this, I'm not telling you what to do, but if I were you, I'll say, if I were you, I would leave the whole race thing alone. I would bury it and walk away and just look into the future. Really just, focus on the future. On better things. Meeting better people, better opportunities. Bury the whole race thing. Because Umar Johnson and Black Lives Matter, their job is to keep putting that stuff in your brain, the race talk, and it's only going to make you poor, broke, and lonely. Watch what I say. These people know what they're doing. They've made millions off of you people. They've made millions off of you. And they had you protesting, vandalizing, you got arrested, now you got charges of being a felon or a misdemeanor. All because you were just being pro-black. You were just being pro-dumb. And got played. The same thing applies for so-called white people. The whole KKK stuff, a bunch of idiots. A bunch of idiots. That's it. Terrorists is what they are. That's what they are. A bunch of terrorists. Go around terrorizing communities. Idiots. So, again, focus on the character. Do not focus on someone's color anymore. Leave that alone. That is for dumb people. Dumb people focus on race wars. Dumb people focus on reparations and being oppressed in 2023, especially in America, where no one's oppressed. No one's oppressed. You're just too caught up in the nonsense. You got finesse. You think it's pro-black to basically go and vandalize and protest and hate so-called, Caucasians because you were taught this by somebody else. It's sad. It's embarrassing. And it's just poison. I'm telling you, bury it. Leave the race stuff alone. Leave it alone. Be around good people, regardless of what they look like. Give them a chance. Give them a chance. That to me is a way of you practicing critical thinking. By you thinking for yourself, that is a healthy way of living. Critical thinking. It is. Study it. Practice it. If anything, if possible, what's the word? Conquer it. Conquer critical thinking. I'm out of here. Much love to you. Thanks for watching this video. See you on the next one. Hope you got some value from this. And yeah, I'll be back with more. Peace out. Thanks for watching.